Imagine this. You raise your hands, your heart full of hope, your voice trembling with sincerity as you ask for something you deeply desire. Maybe it's success in your career, relief from financial struggles, a cure for an illness, or guidance in life. You pour your emotions into your supplication, believing that it will be answered. But days, weeks, even months pass and nothing changes. You start wondering, why is my dua not being answered? Am I doing something wrong? What if I told you that there is a hidden reason, a secret sin that blocks your dua from being accepted? A mistake that most people commit without even realizing it. Yet it could be the very thing standing between them and the answers they are desperately seeking. Yusuf was a young man who had always been taught that if he prayed sincerely, his prayers would be answered. But despite his efforts, his life remained full of struggles. He had been praying for a job opportunity, yet every interview ended in rejection. He prayed for ease in his financial burdens, yet unexpected expenses kept piling up. He asked for guidance and inner peace, yet he felt more lost than ever. One night, frustrated and exhausted, he sat alone and asked himself, why is nothing changing? Am I not worthy of being heard? What he didn't realize was that he was unknowingly committing one sin that was blocking his prayers from reaching the heavens. Many people are in Yusuf's exact situation. They pray with sincerity, yet they feel as though their duas are floating into the air without any response. They start doubting, losing hope, or even questioning their faith. But the truth is, supplications are always heard. The delay or rejection is not due to an absence of divine mercy, but often because of something within our own actions, a hidden sin that serves as a barrier between us and the fulfillment of our supplications. So, what is this secret sin? It is wronging others, whether through oppression, deception, backbiting, breaking trust, or harming someone's dignity. Many people believe that their relationship with the Creator is separate from their relationship with people, but the reality is both are deeply connected. You cannot wrong someone, hurt them, or be unjust, and then expect your supplications to be answered without consequence. The truth is, when a person commits an injustice against someone, their dua can be suspended, delayed, or even completely rejected. One of the most terrifying aspects of this sin is that it doesn't only apply to major injustices like theft, betrayal, or oppression. It applies to even the smallest acts of wrongdoing that we often overlook. Think about it. How often do we speak ill of someone behind their back, break a promise, or hurt someone's feelings with our words? How often do we ignore someone's rights, mistreat those around us, or fail to correct an injustice when we see it? Many people assume that if they pray, fast, and give charity, they are safe. But they forget that the way we treat others directly affects how our supplications are received. Let's take a real-life example. There was once a businessman who was known for his generosity in giving charity. He would donate large amounts to the poor, thinking that this would bring blessings into his life. But despite his good deeds, he faced endless problems. His wealth kept disappearing, his health declined, and his duas for success remained unanswered. Confused, he sought advice from a wise scholar who asked him a simple question. Have you ever wronged someone? The businessman hesitated and then admitted, I have unpaid debts, and I once mistreated a business partner unfairly. The scholar then told him, before seeking divine blessings, you must first seek forgiveness from those you have harmed. This story teaches a powerful lesson. When we harm others, their rights become a weight on our souls. No amount of personal worship can erase an injustice unless it is resolved with the person we have wronged. That is why one of the biggest reasons why prayers go unanswered is the unresolved harm we've caused to others. But how exactly does this block our dua? Because justice is a divine law. When we mistreat someone, even if they don't know about it, their right to justice stands between us and divine mercy. Many people wrong others and assume that because the person remains silent, they are forgiven. But in reality, injustice lingers until it is corrected. Even the smallest acts, lying to someone, failing to return what belongs to them, mocking someone, ignoring someone in need, can be the reason why blessings are withheld from us. Another hidden way this sin manifests is in family relationships. Some people cut ties with parents, siblings, or relatives over minor disputes, holding on to grudges for years. But they don't realize that breaking family ties is one of the biggest destroyers of barakah and can prevent supplications from being accepted. Some people mistreat their spouses, failing to fulfill their rights, thinking that it doesn't affect their spirituality, but it does. Others ignore the cries of the oppressed, remaining silent when they should stand up for justice. All of these actions create barriers between a person and their supplications being answered. So, if you feel like your duas are not being answered, it's time for self-reflection. Ask yourself, have I wronged someone? Have I broken someone's trust? Have I hurt someone, even unknowingly? If the answer is yes, then the solution is simple but powerful. Seek forgiveness. The first step to unblocking your duas is to make amends with those you have harmed. If you have spoken ill of someone, apologize and make things right. If you have taken something unfairly, return it. If you have broken a promise, fulfill it. And if you are unable to seek forgiveness directly, then pray for them sincerely. Another powerful step is seeking divine forgiveness for any harm done unknowingly. Sometimes we may have hurt someone without realizing it. Asking for forgiveness with sincerity can remove unseen barriers and allow blessings to flow back into our lives. Additionally, correcting injustices within our own circles can lead to unimaginable blessings. Supporting those who are oppressed, helping those in need, and speaking up for truth can open doors of mercy and make our prayers more powerful. There is a beautiful reality in this. When we make things right with others, our own lives begin to change. People who have sincerely corrected their mistakes and sought forgiveness have witnessed miraculous turnarounds in their supplications. A man who once mistreated his employees and later sought their forgiveness suddenly saw his business flourish. A woman who had ignored a relative's suffering and later helped them saw her long-awaited prayers answered. It all comes back to one simple truth. If we want mercy, we must first give mercy. Yusuf, the young man whose duas seemed unheard, finally understood this truth. He reflected on his past and realized that he had hurt a friend years ago by breaking a promise. He never apologized, thinking it was a small matter. But that small matter had been standing between him and his answered prayers. The moment he reached out, sought forgiveness, and made amends, his life began to shift. Within weeks, job opportunities that once seemed impossible suddenly became available. His financial struggles eased, and for the first time in years, he felt a sense of peace. So now ask yourself, is there a sin blocking your dua? Thank you.